Hello, hello, hello to everybody out there. Thank you guys so much for joining us for another episode of Heat Press Nation Live. My name's Jared, and I am super excited to be here today because, well, a few reasons. One, get to hang out with you guys, of course, always a pleasure. And two, we're gonna be talking about something super cool that doesn't get covered a lot in our industry, and something that I know for sure we've never, ever talked about here on Heat Press Nation Live. To give you some more info though, you guys know who I'm here with today. I got my buddy Chris over here. Chris, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good today, Jared. How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. I see that big smile. You got something cool for us today, right?
Oh, I'm so excited for today's project. You know, this is something that I've always wanted to do, and we can use a heat press too. You know?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's part about it.
Anytime we get to fire up the heat press, I love it. By the way, I hope you all had a really nice and safe holiday weekend. I hope you have as many fingers today as you did last week. That would be great if you did. Yeah, I love, one thing we figured out over the 4th of July weekend is that I can't speak for everybody, but I think men, everybody it seems, love blowing things up. They love fire. We love fire.
Definitely. Combustion.
Explosions.
Yeah.
And I think that's why I love heat pressing, because, you know, it's dangerous. You know, there's a little bit, you could burn yourself. I was showing off my latest burn. You know, I think the danger is cool.
So living life on the wild side a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. So the fact that we get to do what we're doing today, anytime we get to fire up the heat press, I get excited, and I think I realized why. I think I just like a little bit of danger in my life, just
Definitely. A little bit of risk.
Yeah.
Makes life a little bit interesting, right?
Yeah. So by the way, do me a favor. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Give us a shout out. If you have all 10, or no offense if you're missing some already. If you kept your fingers this 4th of July, tag us in there. Chris is manning the comments below. You can give us a shout out. Honestly, you can say whatever you want. Now, if you have questions about anything that you see today, please, please, please drop them in the comments, and we're gonna have a cool thing. And Chris, why don't you tell us what we're talking about? I usually do the intro, but this is kind of like Chris's baby here, and I'm really excited for him to get to show you. So Chris, tell us what we're doing today.
For sure, man. So today we're gonna be exploring the art of upcycling vintage.
Nice.
So in my definition, I would say that it's basically you're adding life and you're justifying your asking price by upcycling these clothes and giving it a new life to sell.
Nice.
Right?
So but when you say upcycling, you're using what, where are you sourcing your stuff from?
So the materials and the garments that we're using today, we got from the thrift store. So super cheap. We got a bunch of like flannels, jean jackets, sweatpants, all for under $50, I believe.
And that's more, not just what we have here, right? You got a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, I got 2 bags full. Yeah,
nice.
For sure.
Nice.
So definitely a bunch of pieces. Yeah, I'm ready to get started.
Yeah, so super cool. If you guys have questions again about anything we're doing, drop it in the comments below. Chris is gonna give some shout outs in a second. But before we move on, I gotta tell you, right now, if you use the code UPCYCLE while we are live, this is a flash discount, so it's only valid while we're live. So right now for the next, I don't know, maybe 30 minutes or so, use the code UPCYCLE. You're gonna get 10% off of heat transfer vinyl and heat transfer paper. Now, heat transfer paper, that includes inkjet, laser, and sublimation. So if you need to stock up on some stuff, go for it. This is a good time. Again, use the code. You see it right here. Use the code UPCYCLE. UPCYCLE. You're going to get 10% off of heat transfer vinyl and heat transfer paper. All right, Chris, do we got any shout outs? Anybody we want to say what's up to this morning?
Yeah, of course. Shout out to Michelle from Virginia,
What's up,
to
Michelle?
Waldo, Luis from Stockton. We have Creative Expressions and Gifts from Orangeburg, South Carolina. Welcome back.
Very
Welcome
cool.
back. Louis from Fort Worth, Texas. We have Caprice from Indiana, Judy from Memphis, and Annette from Apple Valley, California.
Super cool. Well, hey, it's great to have everybody joining us in the live today. Very exciting. And Chris, I think we're ready to let it rip. Last thing I do want to say though, before we get started, is we do have a giveaway today, but you gotta stay tuned to the end of the broadcast for that. So just hang out with us here. We're gonna talk about the art of upcycling with the heat press. Take it away, Chris.
All right. Do you want to switch spots real quick?
Yeah. Let's do it.
Sweet. So what we're gonna start first is with this flannel. Let me just.
Cool. So I'm Chris's assistant today.
All right. Whoa. I think this is the second time I've been on this side.
Yeah. You feel the power?
I do. Okay, I'm getting main character syndrome. Okay, so let me just open up this flannel and we're just gonna kind of.
Oh, sorry, I buttoned it. I'm gonna unbutton this one to prep it.
Thank you so much. Thread it on our heat press. We wanna make sure that the surface is flat so that we get even pressure. Here we are. And then, as you can see in the close-up right here, there's a little, I don't know what to call this. What would you call this?
Like a hang tab or something like that?
Like a hang tag, yeah. So we're just gonna hang that off of the edge of the heat press. That way it doesn't mess up our transfer. Here we go.
Really quick, Judy Morgan's asking, what is the size of that heat press?
The size of this heat press is a 16 by 24.
And do you know why? Person who asked that, Annette, do you wanna know why? We're gonna show you right now. Because we got something really big we're pressing.
Oh yeah. So here is actually our transfer. This is all cut out using, I think this is sub-block actually.
Dude, that's huge.
This is a big transfer. I've never cut something this big with vinyl before, but I'm excited to do this for the first time.
Yeah. Do you usually heat press preheat the garment?
Oh yeah, I could definitely do that.
Yeah. Just in case.
Thank you so much. Make sure everything's flat.
Totally backseat driving over here. Sorry.
Thank you. No. I needed it. Definitely. This is like the driving test, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm in the driver's seat, but you still have the brakes and everything. You can still control it. So just gonna pre-press it for about 10 seconds. Help that raise a little bit, and as you can see, it's flat now. We're gonna take our transfer, place it on, and we're gonna make sure that everything is symmetrical. Okay.
Dude, that's gigantic. Okay, wait. So how big is that transfer? What's like 14, 15 inches wide or something?
I believe this is 14 and a half. The roll is 15
Okay.
inches.
Right.
15 feet, actually. Or
And
inches,
then that's gotta be like 16, 18 inches tall or something like that?
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
That's huge. I love it. So if anyone's wondering why we brought out the 16 by 24, I've been moping about why the heck do we have such a big press here live? And then now I realize, like, okay, it is good to have one of these around.
Just in case. So it's not completely overkill, you know? There's definitely uses for it.
For sure. I love that.
All right. There we go. Just line it up to the edge. And then we're going to center in at 310, and we're just going to press for 15 seconds. I actually forgot to cover it with parchment paper, but I think we should be okay.
That's okay. You did it right.
Okay. Let's see.
Tracy12 says, I had this idea last week and thought I might be crazy, LOL.
You know what? This was actually a puff.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, I actually didn't realize this was supposed to be a puff.
Oh, that has a different time and temperature setting.
Yeah,
right?
it has a different time and temperature setting. You know what?
We played ourselves. How
We
does it
did
look?
play
Let me see.
It's good on this side.
Let's
You
see
see
the other
that?
side.
The other side, because of the uneven pressure, there's a little bit, I don't know if you could see it on that side.
You want to repress it with parchment just for the heck of it?
to reparchment?
Try even it out?
Yeah, definitely. Here.
Parchment's on the other side of the press.
Okay.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, see, that's how you know we are live. Sometimes, and this is a good practice for you guys. On the roll, the puff vinyl, it looks just like regular vinyl. So if you don't have your stuff organized, you will accidentally cut some puff instead of cutting some regular vinyl. Hey, we are fully transparent here. And here's another interesting thing about upcycling, is that with upcycling, you get one shot, right? Because he only has that one flannel. It's not like we have a bunch of t-shirts here. So as you can see, we're gonna try to make it work on this t-shirt, on this flannel, but we only got one shot on this flannel. So we're gonna try to make this puff vinyl work. Puff vinyl does have different settings than regular vinyl, which is why we're like, oh. So yeah, you guys caught us. You got us here. Sometimes we lose track of what vinyl we have on hand. Let's check it out, Chris. How we doing?
All right. And
Okay,
I was able to recover it a little bit, right?
There we go.
Yeah.
We saved it.
By adding a little bit more pressure, I'm gonna hand this over to you, Jared.
Yes, sir.
So here you go. So definitely check what type of vinyl you're using before pressing it, so you have all the instructions on there.
Now this looks cool as heck. Look how big this is. This is a really cool oversized graphic. This is an XL flannel, so I'm not gonna try to model this today. But dude, that's huge. It's cool. Now this is gonna be one of a kind. So now this is a Converse flannel. So obviously there's tons of these out there in the universe, but how many of them have this cool graphic? So fair to say this is the only flannel in the universe with this customization, with puff vinyl on the back. Like, there's not a lot of these. And that's the really cool thing about upcycling is you're able to offer your customers something that's like truly, truly unique. Chris, why don't you try that on for us, actually?
For sure.
Show us how cool that looks, dude.
You get something one of one that you will definitely not see anybody else. Like if you go to the mall, outside, anywhere you go, you won't see anybody else wearing the same shirt that you have, and which justifies the asking price, as it truly is one of one.
Yeah, and what you could also do too is go get different. Dude, that looks so cool. I am so pumped on that, dude. I am so pumped on that.
Oh yeah.
Even if you went and you got like a bunch of different vinyl flannels, like how you see here, like even if you use the same graphic on each flannel, because every flannel that you're putting it on is different, they're still one of one.
Exactly.
Yeah, so they might be one of one in a series, but like no one else is gonna have this. I lost it. Nobody else is gonna have this flannel. So that's a really cool thing. You got my wheels spinning, honestly, because I've been talking about it, right, for a long time, relaunching my t-shirt brand, and I'm trying to think of unique products that I could offer. Okay. And so now you got my wheels spinning because, dude, I love this, dude. I really, really do, man.
The thing that I love about vintage clothes is that they all wash a little bit differently, so it's gonna have a little bit of a fade to it, but it's also gonna be different for each individual customer that purchases your clothes. And
me, I love unique stuff, dude. I love unique stuff. I love brands that are small, so even if they do, obviously they're trying to make money, even if a bunch of people do have it, like, you still feel kind of exclusive.
Exactly.
And that exclusivity, dude, that's pretty cool. And also, I must say, this is like at least a $30, $40 piece right here. Minimum. I don't know, what do you think? What do you think people would be charging for this?
I would say like 45, 55.
Yeah. Because like, first of all, it's vintage, right? It's a vintage flannel. Second, with this huge oversized puff, like, you're right, this is like a $45
Because it's not just a regular
flannel.
easy weed too, there's a feel to it, right? So it makes it look more expensive, and it's a big graphic. So.
And it's a cool graphic.
Yeah.
It's big, it's cool. Yeah, so how much do the flannel cost? Probably like a $3 flannel?
Probably less, yeah.
$3 flannel. I would say just because it is such a big print, you probably have like, I don't know, like maybe $3-4 of vinyl. Oh, sorry, here, let me open this up. Get this on the overhead. You probably have like it doesn't even fit all on camera. That's so funny. It's too tall. You have like $3 or $4 worth of vinyl on this shirt. So you're in materials, you're in about, what's that, like $7 maybe?
So your profit margin's just double. Yeah, right? Yeah.
Oh, dude, if you're charging $7 and you're getting 45, that's like almost that's like a 600%.
That's really good.
Profit margin. Yeah, dude, I like those numbers. Heck yeah, let's see. Callie says, puff vinyl works great on school logo sweatshirts. I love it.
Yeah,
I love it. Actually, we got some other comments here. Creative Expressions and Gift says, I'd love to try the puff on jeans or denim.
Ooh,
yes, we don't have any, because this was kind of an accident.
We can try that.
Yeah, we don't have any more puff samples today for jeans. As you do see here, we do have a sample of denim that we're going to show you in a little bit. But yeah, denim, that's a great idea. Capri says, were these garments washed or anything before starting today? I'm sure they were at some point. So these were all sourced from our local thrift store. Chris, I remember Chris came in. Actually, Chris, why don't you tell us like kind of your thought process? Like when you went into the thrift store, what were you looking for?
Yeah, so before we went into the thrift store, we were planning on getting some vintage tees, some denim jackets, some pants, and like some flannels, just like basic pieces that anybody could wear, essentially. And that's what we were going in there looking for. We went to the Goodwill bins instead of the actual store, so clothes were charged by pound in like bags and everything. So it wasn't per item.
Okay, so you spent...
Yeah.
Okay, so you said you spent like $50 on 2 bags.
$50 on 2 bags, probably like 10 shirts, 2 pairs of pants, like 5 jackets. It was great.
That's actually a really great way to source for these things. Very, very cool. I love it. We're going through the comments right now. Trying to navigate. Usually Chris does this part. So I'm trying to navigate this here. You see me struggling. Hi, guys. Yeah, if you have any questions at all, please feel free to... Oh, here we go. It's taking a second to load. Donna says, looks great. Joanne says, wow, looks amazing. April says, that's a great profit. Yes, indeed. All right, so moving on, really quick, I do want to pause, take a time out, and remind you that we have a coupon special flash discount code going while we are live. So you could use the code Upcycle to get 10% off of your vinyl, including puff vinyl, even though this was not the intention. Puff vinyl, you get 10% off puff vinyl and heat transfer paper. That includes inkjet, laser, and sublimation heat transfer paper. All that right now, 10% off using this flash discount code. And we do have a giveaway today. We're actually gonna have 2 winners, one on our Facebook, one on our YouTube live streams. So yeah, stay tuned until the end of the broadcast. About another few minutes? I don't know.
Couple more minutes.
2 more
demos.
We got some stuff to show you today. So, all right. So Chris, why don't you talk to us now about this next one? I'm going to hand you all the pieces here.
Thank you so much.
And you tell us what you're going to do.
So this next flannel that we got, we're going to kind of add a design to it. Could you hand me that
Oh, yeah.
sample flannel that we've made before this live?
Now, this one's cool as heck. If this was my size, I'd steal it right now.
So this one, I'll show you guys.
Step back
close
up.
up.
Oh, there we go.
As you can see, we took an old vintage Mickey t-shirt and then we just put it on the back of this flannel. It's really nice, adds value to your product. And again, you're using older products, so you're being
Here, let me see. I'll hold it up to
Go
this
ahead. Yeah, this is probably a little bit better.
Check this out. There we go. You guys can get the wide view of it. Look how cool that is. And this is cool. This is okay to resell because you notice this is Mickey, right? But this t-shirt already existed. The Colorado Avalanche already licensed the Mickey. They already paid for that. Because we're kind of reassembling things together, it's totally cool. We didn't print this Mickey. This Mickey was already printed. We just kind of assembled 2 pieces of clothing together. So it's a really great way to and this is not legal advice, so obviously do your own research, but this is a really great way to be able to offer certain things because you're not printing this, you're not bootlegging anything. All you're doing is you're getting one thing and you're connecting it with the other. So back to Chris, check this out.
All right, so we're gonna take our cut out sublimated t-shirt. Here's our design.
That's cool. And this, you actually press it onto a t-shirt first, right?
Yeah, I pressed it onto a t-shirt and then I cut it with a kind of like rotary cutter.
Like a fabric scissor cutter thing.
We have the sleeves over there and everything that we cut out. And then you're gonna take your heat and bond. You can get a roll of this for like $8 off of Amazon. We're just going to place it in the middle. And as you can see, I left a little bit on the edges just so it's not completely like tied or glued onto the shirt. We want it to have a little bit of fluff, right? So we're just gonna put that in there. Paper side up, the glue side's on the bottom. We're just gonna bond this together for about 10 seconds, I would say. And let's loosen the pressure.
You gonna cover that with parchment?
Yeah.
Or no? Because the glue is facing down. Okay.
Yeah, the glue's facing down, but you're right. I should protect my investment and cover my heat press.
Really quick, Joanne Lopez says, cool. I didn't think about going to secondhand stores to get clothes to practice on.
Exactly.
Clothes to practice on, clothes to profit on. I mean, whatever floats your boat.
Because if you're practicing on blank, right, that's like a $3 shirt in itself. But if you're going to a thrift store
and you're buying t-shirts by the pound.
pound.
Dude.
Exactly. A pound of t-shirts for $3, that sounds a lot more worth it than
That sounds great
a
to me.
$3 t-shirt, right? All right, let's press this down for about 10 seconds. We don't need to hold it in for that long. We just need to activate the glue. And then we're gonna take off the paper and then attach it to our flannel.
Super cool. Really quick, Claire is asking, how do you enter the giveaway? We're gonna share that with you at the end of the broadcast. So it'll be for our live viewers only, and we'll let you know.
All right. So as you can see, the glue has bonded to the shirt and we're just gonna peel off the paper portion and it's gonna leave a sticky adhesive kind of.
So you're applying adhesive to this shirt.
Exactly.
So it sticks to the other shirt.
Exactly.
Oh, that's rad. Okay,
yeah,
that's cool. This is new to me. This part's new to me. Like, I know heat pressing up and down, like putting like vinyl and sublimation and whatever, But like this part, this is totally new. So I'm like learning here with
I'm
you
gonna
guys.
hand you this really quick.
Okay, yeah.
And then you could feel it. You could show it up. See if you see the gloss
I
around
do
it.
feel on the back. If you guys have ever worked with Nina Jet Pro Soft Stretch, this back adhesive part feels just like that. Oh, it's sticky. Okay. And so then when you heat press this to your next shirt, this glue is gonna stick to it, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Nice. And really quick, I just want to comment on this. This was cut from a T-shirt, and if you don't believe us, here are the scraps. So, Chris, this is the sleeve, right?
Yeah.
And this is the this is the hem.
I would definitely say if you're cutting a
that's funny.
T-shirt, leave some extra space so you can trim it. Because if you don't get it right the first time, then you can always
Yeah. Oh, that's funny.
cut deeper into it.
All right. Been
All right.
heat pressed,
Let's go.
preheated.
So we preheated our flannel, and then we're gonna take
There we go. Very cool.
upcycled sublimation T-shirt, and then we're gonna put it on just like that. In the center,
So sick.
I believe this is in the center. Move a little bit to the left, a little bit more.
Yes, D is saying, looks like Chris used pinking shears or pinking rotary blade cutter. Yes, that is exactly
That's
what we
exactly
used. We have both here at HPN, so we got to use those. Really good eye. I can tell. I would guess that you're like you do like sewing. You're like a seamstress or something. But yes, correct.
All right. And then we're going to cover with parchment paper.
Chris, I got a question for you. Deborah
me with it.
Sanchez is asking, so you get a random shirt, cut out the design,
Yes.
then bond the glue to the cutout part,
Yes,
then press to the garment.
that's correct.
Perfect. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Nice.
Easy
nice.
as that. Right?
Very cool. Tamika is saying, my mind is blown. Never knew about this technique. I know. Me too. When Chris pitched this idea, I was like, oh, what do you mean? I was like, I don't know if you guys have seen that Jennifer Lawrence clip from Hot Ones. She's like, wait, what do you mean? What do you mean? That was me.
Okay. So here we are.
And so now you're heat pressing the sublimation shirt onto the flannel. right?
Exactly,
Okay,
exactly.
Okay. I just want to make sure I'm following.
So glue on sublimation T-shirt, T-shirt on flannel.
beautiful.
Let's do it.
I love that.
All right, here we are. Just another quick 15 seconds should be good.
Very cool. Chelsea's asking, what type of glue?
What type of glue? This is heat and bond. Where is
Heat and bond. You
believe
bought
you
it,
have-
but I
you
have
have
it
the
right here.
right, yeah.
So it comes in a. Let's look at this. We'll show you after.
All right. Perfect.
Very cool.
And then there we are. You see, as the edges are coming up a little bit, this is the look that we want. We don't want it too stiff. We want it kind of, I don't know, a little wear and tear.
Yeah,
look
yeah,
to it,
looks,
right?
yeah.
I'm gonna
Looks
hand
kind
this.
of vintage.
I'm gonna hand this over to Jared. So
And if they
Hold it up
wanted
for
to,
me.
they could extend the glue all the way to the edge, right?
exactly,
If you
exactly.
wanted to. Okay.
If you wanted a stiffer look.
This is cool. This is cool right here. Heartbroken. Look at this. And look, this is a 1 of 1.
For sure.
Look, and by the way, I know people are gonna call it out. Look, this corner we look like that's literally what we were just talking about.
Yeah.
You left that intentionally, so it looks kind of like it's already been worn, torn, it's a little bit beat
compared to
up,
that, the Mickey one
yeah,
that we
yeah,
made,
grab this
that one is all the corners are
glued all the way to the edge, right?
exactly. Yep.
So yeah, so you can now it is a little bit more stiff. I will say that.
Yeah.
Okay, probably because the T-shirt here is a little bit thicker.
I think the flannel's also a little bit thicker as well.
Flannel's a little bit
right?
thicker. Okay,
Yeah.
so different feel, nice. And this one, the glue's all the way to the edge, so it's nice and tight. Versus this one, if you want it to have kind of like a cool ragtag, kind of more wear and tear, Rough Rider situation.
Worn in feel.
Yeah. I love this, dude. This is super cool. This is also, I could see this going really good on.
Yeah.
Is if you have like a vintage band T-shirt,
Oh yeah, definitely.
you could drop that onto a new flannel, breathe some new life into it. Especially if your vintage band shirt is all beat up and worn out, and you got holes in the armpits, and it's kind of gross.
Yeah, definitely.
You know,
Yep.
as long as this part is still intact, as long as you have one good portion still intact, you could totally upcycle the heck out of it.
Yeah, all you need is a front graphic, really.
Yeah. Dude, this is super, super cool. Let me hit some comments really quick here. I'm sorry, I don't want to butcher your name. Someone's asking, is this something you randomly tried, or has this technique always been around? I don't know, that's a good question. I've seen stuff like this on Etsy, for sure. I've seen people put vinyl on flannels. I've seen people do this, but like I never knew how. I don't know what I thought. It's just one of those things you see, like, oh, that's cool. And you kind of brush it off because like, I didn't know you heat pressed it.
I didn't know you could heat press it too.
Yeah.
When I first came up with, well, or not came up, but like saw this idea, I was at like one of those OC, like the Etsy stores. They have it like pop-up shops and everything like that.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so I saw one of these racks and it had a bunch of flannels like that and they were all band tees and I was like, that's a great idea. But how would I do that with a heat press? Because I understand they sewed it together.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you could sew it together, of course.
So if you have a heat press, this is also something that you could definitely do with the heat and bond.
If you have a heat press and you suck at sewing, like me, I'm the worst sewer. I know seamstresses for girls. I don't know what you'd call a guy. A seamster? I don't know, but I suck at that. Callie's asking, how long does the heat and bond last? How many washes approximately? That's a good question. I imagine it would last very long because, so we're using the heat and bond on a big roll like this. I've actually used the tape heat and bond. So for some of my shirts, so for some of my shirts, what I did was they were really long, so I rolled it up and I used the tape version of this to roll up my sleeves. I never thought to apply it like this, but those sleeves, they've already gone through like dozens of washes. So I know it works good for rolling up sleeves and keeping those hemmed and rolled up. We are still wash testing this. So this is a new process for us here. We're still wash testing these. Well, these are all brand new. Now, the puff vinyl, I am very confident in this puff vinyl. If you want to start off with something that you know is going to be amazing, use vinyl. Vinyl is tried and true. There's no question about the durability of vinyl. This heat bond, we're definitely gonna have some follow-ups after we've washed these a couple times, just to kind of let you guys know how it's going. But I'm pretty confident. And then also something like a flannel, you could just make sure you include your wash instructions. Let people know like, hey, this is a really cool process. Make sure you blah, 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 XYZ. All righty. Once again, the name of this adhesive is, I'm gonna hold it to the camera so you can see the logo. Oh, sorry, real quick. This is Heat and Bond. Where are we? Heat and Bond Ultra Hold. There's different levels of tack, by the way. Ultra Hold, I believe, is their strongest adhesive. The heat activated adhesive. Really good, really good. Taida Lewis says, will this work with DTF transfers as well? Great question. I don't see why it wouldn't. As long as you're pressing onto a compatible garment like 100% cotton or a heavy cotton blend, I don't see why it wouldn't work. So if you have DTF transfers, I would highly encourage you to test it out, find a good flannel. Again, ideally, you're gonna want something that's like nice and flat, cotton, mostly cotton at the very least. I think that'll work great as well. Tamika says, this is a game changer. Dude, I think it is. A new section of my brain is totally unlocked. How you feeling about it, Chris?
I like it. It's like a creative outlet almost, right? Like
you could just totally try something new and different. Pamela, no, I'm sorry, HPN does not carry this. You could find this on Amazon or at your local craft store. This is something that this adhesive is something that you just bought on Amazon, right, Chris?
Yeah, I just looked up what other ways that you could press a shirt to a flannel and keep it there permanently. So that works.
Very cool. Very, very, very cool. All right. Really quick, going to other questions. Actually, now's a good time to move on to our last demonstration. So, Chris, here you go. I'll let you intro this.
Thank you.
And then, I think I have to mask this for you. Here, so you show that part. I'll mask it. All right.
So for our next demo, we're going to be adding an application to these nylon. These are nylon, right? Or polyester sweatpants that we got. These are used from Forever 21, but I think they look nice. And with the added addition of a new design, I think they'll be ready to resell and upcycle. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this graphic right over here on the pant leg, and this is Caesar Easy DTV. Jared's gonna mask it for me right now and then hand it over. Let's hit this with a quick pre-press really quick. Here we go. And then we're gonna hit this left pant pocket right over here.
That kind of like the front thigh area, right?
Exactly.
Very cool.
Exactly. And then how would you press this, Jared? Would you press both the legs like this, or would you have one hanging off?
I would probably just have one hanging off.
One hanging off?
Yeah.
All right. So we'll just hit it like that.
Let me trim this for you here.
Create a flat surface by pre-pressing our garment. All right, there we go. So now we have a nice little area right over here to work with. I might actually even use, pat it, maybe.
Okay,
Here we
there
go.
you
Perfect. So we have our mask right here.
Really quick, Joanne Lopez says, thank you for holding up the roll so I could take a screenshot. Yes, you're very welcome. Oh, that's a cool transfer. I like that.
Sweet.
And that is, what are you using right there? That's Easy, no, what is that?
DTV. Or Easy Color?
Easy Color DTV,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Okay, that's another thing really quick. Easy Color DTV, that is an inkjet printable vinyl. Because it's vinyl, it's gonna stick very, very well. So I know a lot of you guys are asking about like, hey, how durable is it? Obviously, we get it. You don't wanna press, hold on, parchment?
Ooh, you're right.
Yeah, you don't wanna press anything cheap, but Easy Color DTV, that's some good stuff. All right, back to Chris.
There we go, 15 seconds. That's right, the time and temperature for the...
I love how fast Easy Color presses.
Mm-hmm.
Creative Expressions and Gifts says fabric stores carry the heat bonding material. There we go, good to know, thank you.
There we go, just like that.
It's a warm peel, right? What are we doing?
So warm
Let's
peel.
see.
So we just wait a little bit. Let's see,
Oh, that's sick, dude.
just like that.
Dude, that is great.
Let me hand this over to you, Jared, to show it off a little bit. Wow, that's nice.
Okay, first of all, these are cool pants. These are really neat, right? They got the cool checkered side seam. But now when you put them on, you're gonna have this cool little character on them, and it just breathes new life into a pair of pants that may have never been purchased.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because you know at the thrift stores, if they don't sell them, they go to the landfill. So you are like literally saving the planet by upcycling. Which, dude, these look cool.
That's nice, especially with the checkers.
Yeah, if I put these on, they'll fit me like leggings, like spandex. But I'll leave these to, what is this, like a size medium?
I think a small, I can't even fit in
Small,
those.
okay, I'll leave these to somebody who's actually a size small, you guys. Don't want to embarrass myself here, but dude, these are really cool.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, and again, this is a one-of-one piece now.
One of one.
Yeah. So you can find different pants, different things, put something unique on it, unique placement, and now whoever buys this, one of one.
Yep.
Yeah, super cool. Here, I'm gonna actually pass these back so you can show them off here.
Thank you.
Just so you could hold them up, people can see the full length. Look at that.
And it feels great too. That's another thing to mention as well.
Yeah, DTV feels really good. Very, very durable. And if we're talking like full color graphics on dark garments, it's probably one of the most affordable ways to do that. Because the printer, I mean, you could use like an inkjet printer. You can go to Walmart right now and get an inkjet printer for like $200. Mm-hmm. Less if you have a good coupon. So yeah, very cool. All right, we're just doing these to be. We can do. We're saving that one.
Yeah.
Oh, we're saving this one. So, really quick, as you guys see here, we have some patches. I'm gonna bring this over. We have some patches on this denim jacket. This is one of the OG uses for a heat press, but we're gonna be showing you this on Instagram Live. We're gonna be going live on Instagram right around a little bit before 10 a.m. So not too long after we close up here. There's not a set time, so just keep your Instagram open and get ready for us to go live. We're gonna show you how we're doing patches on denim with a heat press. But I think it's time to give some stuff away. What do you think, Chris?
I think it's giveaway time. Let's do it.
All right, it's giveaway time. Really quick, actually, before we give stuff away, if any questions at all, please drop it in the comments below. And AB says, what machine did you use to print that design? I'm new to all of this, and I would like to start a business. Yes, so this one right here, show you overhead. This was printed with a inkjet printer. I believe here we use the Canon Pixma IX6820. Using Caesar Easy Color DTV. This is a printable vinyl. It's a print and cut vinyl. So you're gonna print it on a full page. And I don't know if this sheet has been cut yet. Probably not.
That one's cut, yeah.
It's cut. So the way, really quick, I'm just gonna give you a real quick recap. So this material, you print it onto the sheet, you put it through your vinyl cutter, and then your vinyl cutter cuts it out so you have just the graphic, and then this is what gets pressed onto the garment. There's this is what you're gonna use. If you need more info, our YouTube channel, we do have tutorials specifically for Caesar Easy Color DTV. And if any of you guys have questions about heat presses, the vinyls, the printables, blah, 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 800-215-0894. I'm gonna repeat that. And then Ronnie's gonna put that into the comments so you could copy and paste it. But the phone number here is 800-215-0894. You could always give us a call, ask us. Now, don't call in and ask about this. This is a very brand new product. Like I said, I'm learning this today. But if you have questions about like the vinyls and the heat presses, then yes, we got you covered. Don't ask us how to do this because I'm seeing this for the first time right now. But yeah, give us a call, 800-215-0894. Really quick before we proceed with our giveaway, we're just gonna check out some questions. Tracy says, I had a hard time getting screen printed transfers, the Transfer Express Goof Proof, to stick to denim. Do you think vinyl would work better? Yes, yes, yes. I do love vinyl on denim. If it's like a thick, because you know how denim has these like the pattern, like the grain of it. If you have denim with a thick grain, probably use a little bit extra pressure on there. But yes, denim is great. Also with denim, you do want to be careful with the seams. So really quick here, if we can go overhead. So you see right here, like thick seams, all this, like seams are like kind of like a nightmare for anything. So if you're pressing, like, and we're gonna talk about this in our Instagram live, which is coming up in a little bit. You see this button, this pocket, like when we're pressing here, we're using like T-pads so we could just press this small area. This button would give us a lot of problems. So with denim, you do want to be mindful of buttons and seams, thick things like that. That could stop anything from pressing good. That being said, I do love vinyl for denim. It sticks very, very well. Deborah Sanchez says, what's the difference between DTV and DTF? That is a great question. So DTV stands for direct to vinyl. DTF stands for direct to film. So here, when this product goes into your printer, you're printing onto a piece of vinyl. As you just saw here, you're printing onto this. DTF, the ink actually goes directly onto the film. So there's no vinyl to print on. As a result of DTF, there's no weeding or cutting. For this, we did, as I just showed you, we did have to weed and cut it in order to get the vinyl transfer that's gonna go on. So this is vinyl. It's gonna be a little bit thicker than DTF. Still very durable, but it is a little bit more affordable than DTF. So the process here is a little bit more labor intensive because you have to print it, cut it, weed it, mask it, press it. But the printers are much cheaper. I'm talking again, $200. Vinyl cutter, you can get a Silhouette Cameo for like $300. Yeah, so not a lot of money at all when you compare it to DTF. Great question here. Thank you so much, Ronnie. She's putting the phone number in there. If you guys have any questions about heat presses. Judy's saying, doesn't inkjet wash out? Depends on the printer, depends on the ink you're using, and depends on how you print it. So sometimes what we've noticed, if inkjet's washing out, couple reasons that it could go into that. If there's too much ink that's being laid down on the thing, it will bleed out when you wash it. So you definitely want to do your wash testing. Different printers, different print profiles, there's a lot that goes into it. So you do want to do your wash tests on there. In general, this is very generic info here. When you're printing onto inkjet printables, whether it's for light garments, dark garments, vinyl, you want to do photo quality with like you want to do your first test with the standard paper or copy paper setting and go from there. That's a good place to start. Make sure you don't wash, let your print dry before you press it, and then let your pressed item rest for at least 24 to 48 hours before washing. And make sure you're using good professional quality paper. Don't use the cheap Amazon stuff. That is notorious for bleeding in the wash. Great question. Annette, sorry, we don't carry the heat and bond. This again was sourced. Chris, where do we get this at?
Amazon.
Amazon. So I'm gonna show this one more time if you guys wanna screenshot, write that down. This is what we use today. Heat and bond, ultra hold, came on a roll, right? Yeah. Came on a roll. I'm talking like I know. Chris did all this, so I'm just taking credit for all his hard work right now. Candy Clark says, is there a chart that shows what temp and how long you keep the press on? There is, but not for any of this stuff. So this is a very unique, very brand new process for us here. We're showing it because it's so darn cool, and we really want to just hopefully inspire somebody to try some new products. Now for the vinyl, if we're talking like vinyl and sublimation, yeah, we do have a chart, heat.press/cheat sheet, a cheat sheet. So go to heat.press/cheat sheet. You can also go to heatpressnation.com. Every last vinyl and material we have has instructions in the product description. So if you buy white puff, just go to the white puff on our website, look in the product description, and you'll see the instructions. Okay.
It's a lot, huh? Mouthful.
All right, Chris, you ready to give some stuff away?
Let's give it away.
All right, why don't you tell everybody how they can enter?
Yeah, of course.
There we go.
So for today's giveaway, we're giving away 2 $50 gift cards to heatpressnation.com.
Yeah.
So if you guys want to enter, all you have to do is type in the chat #reuse, and then our computer is gonna do a little randomization and then select our winners. So we're gonna have 2 winners today. Right?
Nice. Okay,
cards.
go ahead and start commenting right now, you guys. Once again, you're gonna comment #reuse. That's REUSE. Make sure you use the hashtag and make sure you spell it right because our computer doesn't detect errors. All right, let's see. We're gonna give you guys about a minute to go ahead and enter the contest. In that minute, I'm just gonna kind of admire these things. Dude, great freaking job today, Chris.
Thank you so much.
Really, really excited about this. I think my favorite one is probably gonna be this one.
The flannel.
The flannel.
Yeah.
Just because I love oversized graphics. I'm a big guy, so I have a lot of real estate on my clothes for big graphics, and this is just really cool. Which one's your favorite?
I think I like this one more as well, just because
Here, I'll hand it to you.
I'm not sure why, but it could be because of the texture. It just looks more like you created something completely different, right? With the other 2 or the other 3, although you're creating something completely different, you're also using 2 things that were already there, right? But with vinyl, it's your own design. So
that is true.
Right?
Yeah.
So instead of like putting 2 things together, you're kind of adding your graphic with those to the garment that's
So it's like original artwork, but a unique canvas.
Exactly. That's the perfect way to put it.
Very cool.
There you are.
All right, we got a few seconds left. Hopefully everybody's entering right now. Again, #reuse. Oh my gosh, that's a lot of comments right here. Good to see everybody entering. I did catch one question here. Candy Clark says, are they safe for washer and dryer? We are actually in the process of testing that. I've used this adhesive, like I mentioned earlier. I use this in the tape form for a few projects of mine. It actually held up really well. But for something like this, we're in the process of testing this. But because I've used the adhesive before, I imagine they will hold up pretty good. And that is it. Okay, that's it. Entries are closed. So we're gonna have one winner picked from our YouTube live stream, one winner picked from the comments of our Facebook live stream. And that's exciting. First winner is, I can't read that. Chris, can you read that? Even with my glasses.
The first winner is Ladia Design Press.
Woo, there we go. That's coming in from YouTube, right?
Yep, YouTube.
Congratulations. And then who else do we have? That's all you. I can't.
From our Facebook, we have Villarreal Shay.
There we go. Yes. Congratulations. All right, both of you guys, do me a favor. Email us, winner@heatpressnation.com. So we can get you your prize. Each of our winners today won a $50 gift card to Heat Press Nation. All right, that's pretty thick, huh?
That's a good deal. Spend on anything you want, HTV, any of that.
Yeah.
Blanks. Yeah.
Heck yeah, that's exciting. All righty, any closing thoughts on upcycling, Chris?
Honestly, I would want to do another episode like this in the future and just kind of like show more like other ways that we could upcycle, right?
Yeah. What kind of wash? We'll show the wash test.
Yes. And we'll update you guys with the wash test as well.
Cool. Very cool. If you guys have any closing questions or comments, now's the time. We're getting ready to wrap this up here. Just as a reminder, we will be going live on Instagram, right around 10 o'clock, a little bit before, after 10 o'clock Pacific time. It's 9:40 something right now. So do me a favor, head on over to Instagram. Be sure to follow us at Heat Press Nation. And if you are exploring Instagram or Meta Threads or whatever, follow us on Threads. We are there. We're checking that out. Because there's not a lot of people on Instagram Threads, higher chances of you seeing some cool stuff. That's all I'm gonna say. So we had like lots of cool stuff going on in this episode. I feel like there's like almost too much cool stuff. So feel free to watch the replay, how we're upcycling all this really, really cool gear. We are gonna follow up on Instagram Live again in just a few minutes. We're gonna not only recap what we did here, but we have a few other projects that we didn't get to now that we will be getting to over there on Instagram Live. Again, roughly 10 a.m., not 100% sure. All right. Anything else you want to add, Mr. Chris?
I think that's it. If you want the latest giveaways and deals straight to your phone, text HEAT to 31592. That's HEAT to 31592. And that's pretty much it for me. We'll see you guys on Instagram.
All righty, everybody. We'll see you over on Instagram in just a few minutes. Don't forget, if you're watching, wherever you're watching, subscribe. Be sure to turn on notifications. Get all of that stuff taken care of. Again, this code is going by like any second now. It'll probably be gone in like 2-3 minutes. So make sure if you want 10% off of heat transfer vinyl and heat transfer paper, use that code UPCYCLE. Go check out like right now. You got just a few minutes after we end today to do that. I'll see you guys on Instagram Live.